Hello, good evening, and good morning, everyone. All right, so welcome everyone to the day one of week three. Uh, so you all are most welcome to have a very quick discussion on the remaining remaining schedule of the project management. So I think we have covered almost 2 weeks of time, which is 10 days. So 20 hour has been covered. Yeah. All right. Good. I think we have 28, 29 participants. So we'll wait just for a couple of minutes. Very good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mohan, Raghavendra, Prasad, Srinivas, Durga Prasad, Bilvani, Manala, Raghavendra, Madhavi, and Srinivasalu. Yeah, hi. Good evening. Hi, Srinivas. Good evening and good morning once again. So let's wait for a couple of minutes. We have already 33 participants joined in, and then we quickly start. Yeah. I hope I'm loud and clear, so you can hear me very well. Yeah. All right. So till the time I'll be on mute and just a minute. In a minute only, we will be keep continuing. Thank you. Thanks, Durga. All right, team. So welcome back, everyone. So again, once again, good morning and good evening to all the participants. So let's quickly start. Well, I'm pretty sure that we are keeping the track of what exactly we have completed. And today I have decided to continue with understanding the earned value, which comes under the cost management. Yeah. So basically, we need to talk, understand, and this is one of the very critical point because why it is so critical because you need to learn, remember a lot of the what do you say the different calculations like for a kind of earned value management. Yeah. Well, still I remember that all those point whatever you are going to learn or need to understand about the calculation, cost management, and all. It is also most important that you try to understand about the basic concept of input and output of the cost management, and then we'll definitely talk about okay. So our objective is to learn about earned value management and basically from which includes, coming from your cost management. Yeah. So I've given it such a design because for the examination point of views, you should be able to understand, the lot of detail about planned value, actual value, right? We have BAC, budgeted completion, we have variance at completion, we have CPI, like which is known as the cost performance index. We have the cost, the cost variance, cost performance index, SPI, which is nothing but your schedule performance index. Yeah. So all those points are highly required for you to learn about, the in detail about the cost management. Well, so as I said, if you see the knowledge area point of views, if you are able to see my screen, which is, the cost management, and under cost management, we have something which is known as the under planning process group, because initiations, planning, executions, monitoring, controlling, and closing. And we have a cost management knowledge areas. Yeah. Under the planning process group, you have two, three things available with you, like which is the cost management and then estimating the cost. Not only the estimate the cost, but also you have to conclude that what are the project cost associated, and you are planning to utilize or use for your project. If somebody asks you, do you know like who exactly uses this kind of cost management? Like say for example, in the defense system, if any kind of defense deals are happening where there are a lot of calculations, a lot of precisions, and a lot of attributes to be also used for the estimation process. So they use the earned value management. So this is not a kind of, it is also used by the federal, the institute or the government agencies, and the similar process also referred by the NASA, right? NASA is one of the, the aerospace domain, and I mean, like they are into the space and all. Okay. And of course, this is actually kind of, they compiled and utilized, documented, and by the PMI, Project Management Institute. So companies like NASA, like cost estimation and analysis companies, like in the defense, the defense control or the budget control system, and some of the federal or the government institute, they are also using the, you know, uh, what is it, like they are also using the similar techniques like earned value management. Yeah. Well, we'll go through detail one by one, but now you can understand that how much important to be learning about the earned value management. Yeah. Okay. So this is the connecting the dot from the knowledge areas, cost management. We have under planning process. There are three areas you need to remember: plan, estimate, and determine the budget. Okay. Now, this is the slide which we'll be exploring a lot of in detail about planned value. If planned value is nothing but the preconditions, like, or the pre-planned, or the early blueprint, like what exactly you are going to complete the in terms of the work, in terms of the work package or the schedule, right? So from your schedule point of views, what are the things can be covered, or the release milestone perspective, what can be covered. So all those point basically, um, can be used during the planned value calculations. So exactly how much work you wanted to complete, how much work should be done, and how much work forecasted, planned. So that's come under PV, like planned value, right? So that's one of the point which we can, start utilizing on day-to-day basis as a project manager. Well, from the earned value management, this planned value is actually coming from, if you see, some measures, or the earned value management measures. Measures means the attribute or some of the data element which, I mean, like PV, EV, SE, BSC, ESC, whatever you are seeing in your screen, these are the known as the data point, right? So these are the data point or some kind of attribute or the data element. Sometimes planned value, earned value are few of this point are the actually calculated or derived data element. Derived means you calculate, find out a conclusion. So the primary data point, whatever you see in this entire slide, is PV, earned value, actual cost, budgeted completion, estimated completion. Yeah. Okay. And apart from that, we have a lot of other things also, like, ETC is also there, expected time to complete. Yeah. We have a cost variance, as you see. I'm like, it is not displayed, but in the next slide, upcoming slide, I'll show that cost variance, schedule variance, all sort of point we will discuss at this point. Yeah. And I'll try to give an example so that you all can understand what is the difference between, the different data point. Okay. Okay. By the way, this is not only the PMI concept, it is also used by multiple organizations like OGC, APMG, internationals, like, so they also use. Okay, plant value. Let's go through. Now you understood that these are the data point to under EBM measures. What is the EBM measures? That is nothing but earned value management. Yeah. EVM is coming under the cost management. Under earned value management, we have, the different data point. Number one data point is the planned value. Okay, what is a planned value? Sometime what happened whenever you start a project, if I want to buy a house and I just don't go and buy a house, or I just don't go and invest some money in the market or in the business. So I should have some capital budget allocated from my side that, okay, I have, if I want to do something, okay, I have some amount, X amount of money is with me. So let's start investing something. So the initial budget approved, and whatever you planned, like, you should have planned that, okay, by so and so month I should have a house, and this is the initial planned value, right? So approved budget from my side to complete the work by a scheduled date or a time, by some fixed, like say for example by April 2021 I should have the flat or the land, or probably the business, or sometimes, like, there's some application, some product, some construction things should be completed. So this is the initial planned value, PV. Now, but actually remember, planned value which you are planning that, okay, I can invest, but what will happen, your earned value will be something different. So planned value, how much work should be done, what is the approved budget, initial approved budget, and earned value is little bit different in terms of from the planned value, is that this is actually how much work you have completed. Not only earned value can be applied to the how much work you have done, actually completed. Like say for example, by April I should have, I'm planning my plan is that to complete the multi-storied building, say for example 3-storied building by 2021, the first quarter. Say for example by July first week I should be ready with my 3-storied apartment or the building. That's my planned value. But the actually, when I completed my first quarter, like April, May, and June of 2021, by the end of the June I realized that I've just completed 1-storied building and halfway through the second storied building. So that is my earned value, like it is how much work completed. The another definition is that how much, and what is the earned value is nothing but the budget which you incurred, or the planned budget which is actually invested from the work completed on the specific date. So people sometimes get confused. Okay, earned value is only towards the cost, or can it be applied to the work, where both are related to each other? Unless until work not complete, you cannot estimate the cost, right? So the work cost both are here the same. Like whenever you say earned value management, you can say the scope completed or the budget completed, because both are related to each other. Yeah. Okay. Planned value, you are clear. Earned value, you are actually clear. Now here the earned value can also be sometime, if you are collecting or considering the budget, then this is known as, sometime both are EV and SE are similar. So actual cost is nothing but how much work we have, sorry, how much money we have, the expense we have completed, or we have consumed the money to complete the work. That is the actual cost. Or to make it simplifying, if you do not want to understand or segregate both the scope or the schedule or the work and then the cost separately, then we can simplify a very simple term: planned value, how much work is planned; earned value, how much actually you completed compared to your planned values; and what is the cost you have incurred, or you have kind of uh, invested already, utilized money for that is known as the actual cost. So the how much money actually incurred in the work on a specific date, by some specific date, how much work completed, and what is that money you have invested. So these are the three concepts, pretty simple term. But however, when it comes to the schedule variance, cost variance, and the SPI and lot of other calculation, there you need to be a little bit the cautious in terms of the calculations. I'll tell you what are the calculation as of now, but please remember these are the three is the basic things to start with. Yeah. Okay. That's what I said. The three basic items we track is the earned value, small is the EV, PV is the plant value, and SC is the actual cost, which we already covered. So EV, PV, and SC, actual cost. Well, so that let's not discuss more on the earned value, but sometime what happened, earned value can also be calculated from the BAC, like which is budget at completion. Okay. Now, what is that earned value management? Like, say, for example, in the Jan, this is one I've taken it from Google. Yeah, so you can find it out. So Jan 15th, and these are the money which we are planned, and also this is kind of we are planning to expand, right? Say, for example, the x-axis, this is y-axis. X-axis is the time, and y-axis is the approved budget for that specific time frame. Now, budget at completion. Now, if you see in this diagram, there is another term which is known as the budget at the kind of completion, which is from the December 15th. So BAC is the short form of budget at completion, is nothing but your total amount of money. Your Suppose I assume that this is your planned value, or you are planning that I will cost by, or I will spend the money from Jan 15 till December 15 in 12 month is around between 25 to 30, say for example by 28,000 USD, 28K USD. So budget at completion is nothing but my future amount, or the total amount of money that I'm expecting to complete or to finish some particular task. Like, say for example, when I say some particular task, is basically the work package, and I'm planning to complete some of my tasks by December, and it is what is the total amount of money which I'm expecting to spend, right? So or sometimes we called it which I kept as a budget for the account and for my future project investment, which is nothing but your budget at completion. It means my future planned amount, how much I should be able to spend once I move towards the end of the project, like December 15. So budget at completion, forecasted, planned, or the total amount of money which I'm expecting to spend towards the closure of the, or the end of the, or the finishing of the project or the product. So that is known as budget at completion. Well, two, three things. Earned value is basically where you are now at this moment. Planned value, which is the projected, forecasted, where you should be by this time. That is the plan to achieve. Actually, whatever you achieved is earned value, and actual cost, the cost which you have spent, right? Say for example, this BAC, you can say the actual cost once you reach actually on the December, because this is the planned value. If you see this diagram, this is the planned value. But whenever you reach on the December 15th, 2015, for example, and by the time, suppose you have spent 28K, the ESD, so you can say my actual cost is similar to my BAC, budget at completion. So BAC is the future forecasted money which I'm going to spend. Reliance Jio is planning that I could have spent 1.5 million, what is it, like USD or INR, whatever you called, by 2022 on the Geo fiber or the broadband and whatever, right? So they have a planned it actually, how much they want to spend till in next in the 5-year term of Geo broadband, which they started couple of years back. So budget is nothing but BAC, and it must be approved that, budget approved is 28,000, which is nothing but the future plan to spend the money is known as BAC. Sometime if your project is on track, if you are managing your cost very well, BAC can be or equal to your actual cost on December 15th. Sometime the difference between actual cost and BAC, like, budget at completion. For example, my planned value is that to construct a building uh, by first quarter of 2021, I should be able to spend, like, say, for example, 90 lakh rupees. So that is my budget at completion, my planned value, my future completion values. But when I actually reach in the first or end of the first quarter, I saw that I've actually spent 1.1 crore in that. That is becoming my actual cost. So here, actual cost is greater than the BAC, isn't it? Sometime what happened, the actual cost can even be less than the BAC, which is less than the planned values. And that's how it will come as the cost variance, right? So similarly, your apart from budget completion, we have something known as the cost variance. Cost variance, sometime it is calculated as earned value minus actual cost. I hope you are all clear. It is very simple terms. Like, if you see those who are already using the earned value management, for them it is a kind of very simple term, like, ABC of the cost management: earned value, planned value, actual cost. Three basic thing. BAC is the future planned value, you can say that. My but the only difference BAC is that it is towards the closure of the project. Budget at completion, yeah. Sometime what happened, my planned value for September 15 is something different. Yeah, but BAC is the budget at completion, which is the closures, project closure, right? So that's a couple of points, small thing you should be understanding. And well, one more thing you need to understand, that cost variance. What is a cost variance, by the way? Uh, Cost variance is I have a slide, I'll show you that. But whenever your earned value minus actual cost, earned value minus actual cost, my earned value, right? Say for example, we'll discuss on that. My earned value minus actual cost is nothing but your cost variance. Yeah, I've not come to that slide, but I will come back at the later point. Till the time, you just understand that budget approved or the closure budget is BAC, budgeted completion. Yeah. Any questions before I proceed on this four aspect? Let's see if we have any queries. Um, BSc is, but yes, Alekhya, BSc is the budget consumed until now. No, a budget at completion is actually what is the budget approved for the entire project, and how much money you should spend or you should target to spend toward till the project closure. So if you are saying budget consumed until now is nothing but your actual value, right? So you know, so remaining amount and all. Can you give an example to difference between PV and BSc? I have an idea. Let me give it now. I'll take an Excel sheet, huh? So that it would be easy uh, for all of us. Give me a moment. Let me take my. Okay, so let me. I hope you all can see my screen. So let's talk about my one example on the planned value so that, okay. So this is nothing but earned value management. I know it's a little bit, you need to be attentive, like, or EVM formulas. Okay. Okay. So like, let me give an example. Suppose I'm a, uh, like suppose I'm the builder. Okay. So PK associate, PK and PK associates. Like say for example, I'm the kind of, let's take it more. Okay. Suppose I'm the builder. What is my plan is that I'm going to construct some kind of the building, and there is one there are a lot of things, 10 villas. Yeah, this is my planned for the PK associate. Is it my internet? Okay. Okay, Madhavi, can we say that BSC is calculated based on PV and SC is determined? Yes, that also the good point you said. We'll come back to that. Yeah. So let's, for example, I want to create the 10 villas, and suppose I'm going to spend, say, for example, 1,000 USD for what do you say, like one villa, right? So for one villa, I'm just spending one villa, and or the duplex, whatever you called it, so that let's use just some simple terminologies. Well, so and what I'm going to, suppose I'm going to spend around 1,000 for one villa for 10, and I planned for to complete in a year's time. Yeah. Okay. Now, what is my planned value? My first planned value which I'm going to calculate is that my budget which I'm planning, that say for example, this is the better, I'll take it in the, suppose the timeline. This is budget or the cost. This is timeline. Yeah, suppose I'm planning for in 10 month, I want to complete 10 villas, and each villa would have 1,000 US dollar. Okay. Now, so my planned values as of now in the for the first quarter, right? So for example, 10 month, my first quarter, or the first 4 month, my planned value, if I calculate, like say for example, this is week 1, or let's go for another simple week 2, and week 3, week 4, week 5, yeah, week 6, 7, I mean week 7, week 8, and week 9. Well, I have a plan till week 10. This is my plan time frame. Yeah, this is the time, and this is the timeline. Okay. Well, so this is what I'm just planning for my things, and this is my proposed plan to complete it. That one. Okay. So what is my expected after? Like say for example, what is my planned value for each and every week? So if you see that my planned value, like say for example, if this is the USD, I want to, sorry, the budget which I want to complete is 1,000, 1,000. I want to complete 10 villas, right? So, and this is what my planned is. Now, the calculation for the planned value, let me give it, write it here. So what is my what is my planned value for first is nothing but my planned value is 2,000, and of course 4,000 USDs, right? So this is my planned value for every, the kind of Well, it's pretty simple. Those who have already used, for them, um, I know, I understand you are well familiar. For some, you are not familiar, so that's fine. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. So my planned value after, say for example, week 3, the planned value is 3000 USDs. Yeah, so this is what my planned values. Okay, if somebody asks what is my planned value for the week 4, so basically if you see my the planned value for week 4 is calculated as 4000 USDs. So let's calculate in the real time scenario the earned value. For example, actually this is my planned values. Yeah, but I have completed, or I have spent the money, or I have completed only 3 villas towards the week 4. So what would be my earned value? My planned value is 4000 USDs because I supposed to complete 4 villas. Yeah, and this is the villa 1 completed, villa 2, villa 3, and 4 villa. But actually my my earned value is 3000 USD. The reason I'm saying why it is a 3000 USD, because this is just because I've completed, only 3 villas, right? So I've spent 3000 USD. So that's becoming my, so by the end of week 4, I am able to complete only 3 villas. So my earned value is dollar USD dollar 3000. Yeah. Well, so this is my planned value, earned value, and then we have another thing which is known as the actual cost. Okay. See, what is my actual cost by the time? If somebody asks that, because this is what my planned to spend the money, right? So this is what I'm planning to spend the money for each and every. Even there is a slippage is there, but don't you think so? Sometime what happened? The total cost, because I've completed 3000, I've earned it, but the fourth is still under construction. I've still spent already the money, but still the work is not yet completed. 4000 USD is already completed. By the end of this week 4, actually I have consumed close to 4000. There are small things are still work is pending, because three the earned value for the fourth week is 3000, because by default 3000 is completed, and there are some slippage that I couldn't complete the fourth villas or the duplex house or whatever you called it. So my actual cost, you can say that by the end of the week 4, I'm able to spend close to, or even less than that. So this is what I've already spent the money. Yeah, so this is what I spend the money. This is the planned value that I should, because this is my license cost, my people cost, my raw material, every cost, my 44,000 has been expense to be cost incurred, and then 3000 is actually, if you see, I earned, because I have not yet completed the fourth building, I cannot sell it. So 3000 is my earned value. So actual cost, if you see, which is already spent, is either 4000 or even less than that. Now this is known as the actual cost. We have something known as the schedule variance. And what is a schedule variance, by the way? Schedule variance is calculated like this. uh, SV, schedule variance is SV is nothing but AV minus PV. Whenever you, I mean, like, those who are well aware of that, just have a quick look on that. I know, and few of you are not aware of that. So, uh, you know, okay. So, what is my schedule variance for this one? Because for the week 4, my schedule variance, which is nothing but difference between your the earned value minus planned value, or sometimes you can, what the difference between or whatever you can call this, but SB equal to EV minus PV, right? So EV and PV. So which is nothing but 3000 minus 4000. And actually, if you see, I'm getting here is 1000 USD minus USD, that is minus sorry, or I can write like this also, that is fine. So dollar, I'm just losing or less than 1000 or not earned 1000. Yeah. So this 1000 is the minus, which is minus is why it is minus, because if it is a minus, it says that this project is behind the schedule. Yes. Okay. So I mean, like, because it is a very kind of dollar 1000 is behind the schedule. Well, so this is known as schedule variance. Schedule variance is nothing but earned value minus planned value. How much I actually earned means I spend the money, and can also be like, you have already estimated, invested, or cost incurred, or already spent the money. So that is the 4000. But actually that fourth building is still not yet completed. Some work is there, some any other work is there here and there, and spending 3000 is okay because there are three flat is already completed, delivered, and hence you get the 3000. Yeah, so this is behind the schedule, right? So this is how we calculate. Well, so this is known as the schedule variance, but we have another calculation which is also known as, like, say for example, by the way, actual cost I have to do that. Okay, sometimes there is another calculation which you can calculate as well. Okay, that's fine. Okay, SPI, which is nothing but schedule performance index. And the terms are very simple. Like whenever we call it as SPI, okay, we have a chat. Huh. Srini, we have yet to come to the BAC, like budgeted completion. I'm coming back to that. Once it is all those things has been covered, I'll also show you that my budget at completion. So okay, let me show you. The budget at completion is nothing but 10,000 USD. So this is okay. Good point you asked me. This is my BAC, which is nothing but my forecast. So, come on. Okay, this is what my forecasted plan. My budget at completion. Yeah, so this is what I want to spend the money planned. BAC. I can, let's write it like that. BAC equal to this summation of all those cost, which is nothing but your BAC, budget at completion. Yeah. Okay, we have one more queries. Ravi Kiran, BOC is calculated at the end of project. No, no, no. Ravi, the budget at completion is not calculated at the end of the project. This is actually the planned value, or you can say these are the budget which I'm planning to spend. Okay. Uh, Okay, sorry, I'll come back to that. But Ravi Kiran, the idea is that this is the budget at completion. Suppose I'm in the first month. I'm say for example, I'm the Anil Ambani, sorry, Mukesh Ambani. I'm going for the Geo Fiber, which will be getting launched in next 2 years or 3 years or 5 years of time. So I should have some plan that my budget at completion, my project when it will go at over by next 5 year, I should have spent the money around, um, 1 million USD, for example. That is my budget at completion. BSc is like your project budget allocated, right? So whatever the budget allocated to you, what are the work budget, or initially whatever the budget you are planning to spend on your project is nothing but your BAC, budget at completion. Ravi, is it clear, right? Can we call BSc as proposed to uh, Budget to complete the yes, absolutely, you are right, Durga Prasad. Budget to complete the project, allocated budget, and funding, budget funding, whatever is given. But only one thing you should remember, that budget at completion not only comes with the budget but also the schedule, like say for example how many month, by when, and what are you want to achieve, and this is the budget has been approved to you. Perfect. So budget at completion, you are clear. And also, can we, Durga Prasad, I think it's clear now. Can we call BSc as proposed to budget to complete? Perfect. Yes. Budget is calculated at, no, Ravi Kiran, I think again I said that, hope you understood that budget is not calculated. You planned it. It is a forecasted, projected, as you said, budget for the project. Hmm? So that is not at the end of the project, but is early. Like you need to allocate the fund. Yes, Durga Prasad, you are right. Srini, I think, I hope it's clear. Prabha, 3,000. Yes, only three are completed. Cost will be increased. I mean, only three are completed from the user perspective, which we handed over. The fourth one, if I could have been handed over to them, I could have received the money, but the work is not completed. But I have, say, for example, I've adjusted the money, I've invested the money. Yeah. Sometime what happened in this example, Prabha, I have given that I've already spent around, by this time, my planned value, by end of this 4,000, like week 4, 4,000 USD, I have spent the money. But out of that, because since the work is not handed over, so consider anything, right? There was some holiday, there was some kind of lockdown, there was some kind of official work was not done, the government approval has not been done. So any reason, my project only handed over is the three, where I got the money from customer. That is the 3,000 is earned value, which is with me. Yeah. Um, okay. True. I think this should be a month. Okay. So we can, this is just for example, Madhavi, you are right. It can be a month, it can be years also, right? Year one, year two, year three. So we can also take years, no problem. Uh, True. Prabha, I'm also expecting this should be the price of the, then probably everyone should be holding like minimum 10, 20, or 30 or 40, uh, good. All right. So let's come back to our questions and queries, and keep typing, keep writing. So it is a behind the schedule, right? So basically, your project is are running beyond the timeline, or the schedule, or you are incurring. Sometimes what happen, if you're continuously behind the schedule, remember, and if it is behind the schedule and still the project is not delivered even on the last deadline of the project, and still it is behind the schedule after the last day, if it is continuously behind the schedule on the projected, or after 10,000 USDs, whatever you are the planned budget, like, budget at completion, future budget, planned allocated budget, if the project is continuously not delivered or is not missed after week 10 or month 10 or year 10, whatever, in this example I've given week 10, the project will be called as bleeding project. It means you have missed the schedule, and you are not earning anything, you are just spending the money, and hence it is known as bleeding project. Sometime there is a concept, I'm not sure whether any organizations, if there is some known as the NMBP, no more bleeding project. Like as a project and program manager, you have given a workshop that how to avoid, how to calculate, and how much it is important for an organization, that NMBP concept is most important. If you are a project manager and you are just spending money, why someone will invest on money on you and your project? Hmm? Okay, so two, three things we have understood: budget at completion, cumulative total. Well, this is the planned value, but planned value is also cumulative, but it is not the total. It is cumulative for month wise. Like in the week two, for the entire project, my planned value is 1,000 plus 1,000 equal to 2,000. On the week end of the week three or month three, I plan to spend around close to 3,000 cumulative. This is the month wise cumulative. This is the entire cumulative for the future or the planned values, right? So whatever you consider, BSc, planned value, earned value, and actual cost. So actual cost, I've taken it the similar exactly planned value to the actual cost. Sometimes you can even say that, it is just don't take it that only 1000. Suppose I have spent 4500 is my actual cost incurred. My planned value is to spend 1000. And if you see, you are actually running sort of, or the bleeding project is, or minus dollar value is that 1500, right? So that is sometime you can say that SPI and CPI cost, the variance or the schedule variance. Okay, so let's calculate now you are clear about the entire thing, right? So this is what, now this is also known as the cost variance. Yeah, so SB and CP, people ask me always, uh, Pratap, how come SV and CP can be justified together? I said, both are related to together. Cost is associated to the schedule. Schedule is associated to the cost variance as well. Yeah. Well, the schedule variance is earned value minus planned value, and this value is nothing but your cost variance. Like sometime what happened if you have a calculation. Uh, Let me make it more complex for you. Sometime cost variance is also calculated earned value minus actual cost. Yeah, so which is already we discussed, and it is same as schedule variance. Matlab in this diagram it is both are same, earned value minus actual what is it, like, sorry, planned values, which is known as the schedule variance. So more or less both are like, the kind of, in this in this example you can find it out that my 1500 USD, which is behind the schedule, right? Okay, so uh, well, now if it is both are same, now somebody may say that in this, especially in this example, if both are not same, suppose this both are not same, like suppose this is 4000 and this is 4000, then it is 1000, both CV and SV are same. But typically if it is a 4500, let me give it another example, let it make it more complex. If you are with me, if both are same, then this is nothing but your 1000 USDs, and which is nothing but both are same, CV and SB. If at all, uh, if it is changing, like, so for example in this case, earned value minus actual cost. So what is my earned value is 3000 minus 4000, it is minus 1000, right? So dollar minus 1000. Well, now schedule variance is nothing but your earned value minus planned values. So if it is 3000 minus 4000, there is a small tweak, not this minus this, rather earned value minus planned value, which is nothing but your schedule variance. Here also the same, uh, dollar minus 1000. Okay, so now hope you can understand that what is the difference between this. Both are same. Now in the same diagram, suppose my actual cost is not equivalent to your planned values cost. My actual cost even more than that, I have even spent not in align to the planned value. I have incurred as a project manager, my project is the bleeding project, and I am spending a lot more money, and that is 4500. So in this case, the schedule variance will change. The schedule variance is nothing but your earned value minus planned value. So 3000 minus 4000, which is 1. But sorry, the cost variance will change because the cost is the different here. It is not equivalent to the planned values. Planned something, actual spend money something, right? So in this case, it's becoming 1500. Now you hope you understand. It is sometime what happened, both can be the same. CV and SB can be same if at all, if you are spending the money whatever has been planned. If you are spending the money more than whatever has been planned and the project is not delivered on time, then basically you are losing or behind the schedule. Yeah. uh, okay, so let's see how many queries and questions. Okay. uh, Rajesh, you asked, can earned value? Okay, that's a good question. Okay, that's a good question. These are the, I like this question. Can earned value be more than the planned values? If actually that is one of the things you as a project manager should drive. But you know what? There's a couple of challenges are there. One is that to make satisfy your customer, to be a good project manager, you what will happen to make your customer happy, you have to kind of squeeze your the quality. You have to be kind of pressurizing your team to deliver ahead of work day and night. Now what's happening in current scenarios, uh, basically people are working even more than the non-working from home state earlier. Yeah. So the here in your case, in this current case, the earned value is more than the planned value, Rajesh, because people are working more than the dedicated time. Hmm? So apart from that, earned value can also be always uh, more than the planned value when the project is ahead of schedule, right? You are delivering ahead of the schedule, but in a real typical service, why someone would be interested to deliver the project before early, right? Or before the actual timeline? It's pretty simple question. I've given 100 rupees to consume in 10 days, and you do whatever and then deliver me the like 10 chocolates to me. I'll just take my sweet time, I will just complete it and then provide it. So none of the the company or the project, if they are already fund calculated budget approved, they want what uh, they want complete early into the system. Yeah. So I repeat, it is a good part, but none of the project are delivered ahead of the schedule, most of the project. If that is the case, we should get some kind of rebate or some kind of discount rate or some kind of, what do you say, like customer will say that if you deliver the project 2 months ahead, I will give you some kind of the gift or some new project. And it is there in the PMPs actually, by the way. If you are delivering on the project on time, you will get 10% or some margin or some kind of the goodwill factor from the customer. Some customer says that if you deliver me 2 months early, then definitely I will what, you will get another project. So that is known as a coming under the emotional establishing with client and customer. IMS Health is one of the healthcare domain. Basically, they deliver the product or the reporting of any kind of clinical trial in every 4 month. Every quarter there are four the clinical trials or the four research basically happened, clinical trial plus research. But in the current COVID-19, I heard that from a couple of project and program management, they are working till 3 a.m. morning, even the directors and all. Why? Because the deadline is getting finished by December 18, and they not only have to finish, they have committed that 1 week before they will deliver the product and the project. So just to summarize, uh, that if you want to deliver on time, it is good. Minus is a negative term. Plus is a rare chances, unless until if you have some contract given that you will get some money back, some kind of buffer money will be allocated to you, or some kind of the amount profit will be given to you, then you do that early into the system. Yeah. Okay. um, uh, okay, Prabha, I think if that is the case, then it is called as bleed value, right? Yes. Okay. Rajesh, I hope you are clear. Can the EV more than the planned value? Yes, it is possible. EV can be on the more and then the planned value. Yeah. Yes. Yes, EV can be more than the planned value. It means how can you? That's what I'm saying. When you deliver more, means okay. Let's think about delivering in terms of. I mean, you are delivering more than the planned value. Yes, it is possible. It is not. It is known as the ahead of schedule. It is quite possible. Yeah. So, uh, from a cost perspective, if it is a time to material and service based industries, you actually makes no sense to delivering the product early because you won't get money. Yes, if it is a cost capital associated, suppose I'm selling the building, and in that case it makes sense, Prabha, that my earned value can also be more than the planned value, but none of the flat or the builder deliver on time, for example, I'm saying. Yeah, you are right. EV is more than PV is possible, which is ahead of schedule. Raghavendra, hi. If you have any questions, host, please unmute me. Sorry, I am not able to do that from my side. But in case if you would like to write or something, I we can help you out. Yeah. If the cost is increased, even for three, their cost is increased to 4,000. If the cost is increased, even for the 3,000, their cost is increased to 4,000. Okay. In that case, okay, by the way, like if your, uh, I mean, like if your cost is increasing, that is what you are saying, right? So if the cost is increasing, but in this example, which one you are saying, Prabha? Like if the cost is increased even for three, their cost is increased to 4,000. Yeah. You'd like to write or something because it's little bit, uh, you can rewrite it, Prabha, if you want. But for the time being, this is what the calculation is. The cost variance. Acha, for three villas, 4,000 was charged for constructions. Yes, yes, 4,000 was charged for the construction. Perfect. In that case, acha, in that case, you have given. In that case, then why are we should not calculate, because this is what whenever the earned value management is basically calculated from the internal team perspective. Like say, as a builder, I want to construct a building and I want to give it back to you. And in if at all, if I'm planning for that, okay, I my budget is this much and I'm spending, um, getting the money is different than the spending the money, right? So here basically we are, uh, what is it, like spending the money point of views. But yes, if that is the case in the reverse side, if you are saying the three villages, 4,000 was uh, charged for the construction, it would be the bleeding project because you planned, the kind of 3,000, and boss you spent around 4,000 or 4,500. It is more or less the same. Like if you see 4,000 is the planned, but I am spending it is a 4,500, and this is the bleeding project, right? So 3,000 minus 400, which is nothing but your cost variance. Sorry, the cost variance is 1,500. Schedule variance is the 1,000. You are right. In that case, Prava, it would be, uh, yeah, yeah. In that case, it would be the bleeding project. You are right. Okay, Rajesh, you got it. Raghavendra, I request if you could write because from my side, um, if you could write, that would be great. Okay, good. In this example, my doubt is sometimes actual cost may be more than the planned value. Yes, you are right. In this example, maybe more than the planned value because of villa 4, 5, 6, 7 are also in progress. Okay, in progress. Okay, if that is the case, basically, okay. By the way, let me. Okay, okay, that's a good point. So I appreciate, Raghavendra, you said that you have given the cumulative cost of the other construction of the building as well, right? So that is what you are saying because other 4, 5, 6, 7 are in progress. Yes. But do you know, like this cost is to be not calculated, as I said, like for per Birla wise, this is my spending. I'm not calculating from the BSc budget point of completion, like say, for example, on the fourth week, even all these are in progress. Even all these in a progress, but I have not earned, I have not completed the project. So at the week 4, what is my plan? My plan is to complete. Your sequencing might be something similar, that to complete after week 10. Now what will happen in that case? You are talking about, then none of the project, if everything goes in parallel, none of the project will be completed by week 10. Yeah, so none of the project will be completed on the week 10. I got your point. This scenario which you are talking about, um, is that because there are so many parallel works are happening, and none of the project will be completed. And but still you can only calculate not on the earn or not the money getting, but also how much you spend. For example, this is my planned value to spend the money. This is the actual cost which I spent already. Not now the one thing will be ruled out, because none of the project will be getting money out of that. Yeah. Good point, Raghavendra. My point is by having negative CV cost variance, we cannot say, uh, in this case, yes, you are right. If you are giving all, and that is the reason I said, Raghavendra, since you have said me that all are in work in progress, you remembered, I said one term, one that when after 10th month, if any project, if we behind the schedule and it not consider, it will be considered as the bleeding project. I mean, hope you understand that. I already said that towards the end, if we slippage like after 10 weeks or the 10 month or 10, whatever you called it, if we miss that out of schedule and the cost even more than the 10K, then the project is a bleeding project. That is the concept. Because because the entire program or the project, the bleeding project, is considered not by an ongoing project. In middle of the project, in middle of the project, we still have a chance to recover this minus point, like minus 1000. We can even expedite, we can even the crash the project, not crash, fast track the progress. We can even see that whatever the money we have in, spend the money, we'll try to get it back. But bleeding project is most consider is the towards the cumulative. The schedule is over, the cost plan value is over, the actual cost whatever we spend is not equivalent to your earned value towards the closure of the project or the after the deadline or the schedule. You are right. Good. So it's a lot of good thing that you are asking a lot of things. And by the way, all these would be very simple, easy for you once you start implementing it. Okay, let's come back to other thing. Yeah. Okay, so keep writing, keep asking the question. Let's clarify that SPI, schedule performance index, is remembered. Um, uh, how much index? See, now, okay, one is that schedule variance and schedule performance index, both are same. Only thing is that this is the minus direct value, and this is the percentage would be getting. How do the percentage? EV by PV. That's all. And let's not make it more complex. Ups, come on. This is just a calculation in terms of percentage. What is EV minus PV? It is a value you are getting. This is not percentage. What is actual values? But what is my earned value divided by actual planned value is nothing but your, the SPI. So both are same. One is the one schedule variance is giving you the value. Another schedule performance index is giving the percentage or the kind of number quantification. Like here 3000 divided by, suppose this is, let's give it as a 4000. So I'm just giving this example. 1000 is the difference, and 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 here, like EV minus PV, EV is nothing but 3 by divided by PV, plant value is nothing but 4, 3000 divided by 4000. So which is nothing but 3 divided by 4, which is 0.75, right? So 0.75, or sometime we can say that, this is what my schedule performance index. No difference at all on SPI and SB. Just remember one, EV minus PV, EV divided by PV. Clear. That won't be any difficult for your PMP exam. Similarly, at the same time, we have also known as the cost variance. So okay, now what is a cost variance? The cost variance here, like say for example, I'll calculate it here, and well, let's minimize it if possible. Okay, good. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is my cost variance. Yeah. So what is my cost variance? Here also the same, like say for example, let calculate. Let keep it here because you know this is the behind schedule. I've given it, it is the red. Huh? So this is also the red. Basically it is, you know, okay. Now, what is my cost variance? Cost is nothing but EV minus actual cost. I not given the PV. I think I did a mistake. Okay, so EV minus actual cost, but again for that I need to calculate. Earlier we calculated 3 minus 4. Here also the same 3 minus 4. It is nothing but 1000. Yeah, let's take it like this and make it 1000. Okay, now this is my cost variance. Okay, now in this diagram we have another also like CPI. CPI is again the same thing. You no need to remember anything. If you have understood the cost variance, you just need to calculate. CPI is nothing but EV divided by SC, right? So the same. Now in this diagram, because both are same, like your all the calculation will be both CPI and SPI will remain same. Now the CPI cost performance is 0.75. Yeah. So for example, now what does it mean? 0.75, which is nothing but over the budget. Your cost variance is minus. I repeat, cost performance index, right? So this is uh, okay. Now this is your cost performance index, CPI. This is your cost value, right? This is SV, SPI, right? So if I want to give it a different look and feel, you can consider that this is both. You can even consider, I mean, from your understanding point of views. Yeah, both are same. This is one and this is one, right? Okay, if the rule, the question will definitely come from the PMI that if your project, the CPI is less than the one, if the CPI is the less than the one, cost performance is the index, then the project is red. Basically it is over budget. Sometime what happen, if the CPI is 1 equal to 1, it means both the earned value, actual cost, both are same. It means the project is on track. Sometime what happened, the earned value is more than actual cost which we invested, which we have already spent the money. In that case, your project is under budget, which is a positive term. You as a project manager, make sure that your target is that CPI must be or should be greater than 1, or in the worst case either greater than 1 or equivalent to 1 is also okay. I mean, like CPI equivalent to 1 is on track, and greater than 1 is nothing but you have spent less but you achieved more, and hence the project is a green. So your goal is to make CPI either 1 or CPI greater than 1. Well, the another point, the similar rule is also for SPI. If the project is if SPI is greater than 1, it is ahead of the schedule, right? Say for example, your target should be that SPI greater than 1 ahead of schedule, or you are on track in terms of schedule, which is nothing but SPI equal to 1. I'll come back to the questions and all. So this is your goal. This is your goal for from SPI and yeah. Okay. All right. So this is what we calculate, and this is what budget at completion, future planned allocated budget. Bleeding project is to be calculated only after you completed the last scheduled timeline. Then only your project would be either here. You cannot say it's a bleeding project or it's a kind of negative project, but because you have a chance to recover those in the future timeline, future cost. Hmm? Okay, so this is what the entire budget at completions. Okay, there are a couple of two more calculations are there, but for that I mean it will be difficult for you to understand, which is nothing but EAC, estimate at completion, which is nothing but BAC by CPI. But let's not discuss. I will write it here. If possible, I'll share this one also. Um, EAC, estimated completion, is equal to, I'll not discuss now those points. So because you only for remember that, because once you remember this calculation is easy from the calculation point of views. Yeah, EAC. And well, so EAC, you need to do that. And then we have another is what else is remaining? Plant PB, BSC, SB, SPI, CPI, CV. Okay. SB, SPI, CV, CPI, EAC, and BAC. BAC is also there. BAC is nothing but, which is also known as the, excuse me, variance at completion. What is a variance at completion? Which is nothing but budget at completion minus actual estimate at completion, right? So that is also, but these two are just for you remember, so that you can from passing the exam point of views. Okay, this is I mean what I can do from look and feel point of views. Yeah, good. All right, so perfect, that's fine, no worries at all. Okay, so any queries and question on this, whatever we learned? Because I'll now might be would be asking you. Yes, yes. Brahmarambika, yes, you are right. EV minus SC, cost variance is nothing but EV minus SC, earned value minus actual cost. How much I earned as of today minus or how much money I got from the market minus how much money I invested in the market. In simple terms, because everything you need to consider from the business perspective, right? So that's how you're a project manager, managing the project. Managing the project is not for making the project beautiful or the team beautiful or looks beautiful, because you need to consider your EBITDA, your profit margin, your on quality, on schedule, on time delivery, with managing all the stakeholders. Yeah, so that's how yes, estimated completion, EAC, is nothing but estimate. Good, Durga Prasad Madhavi, correct. uh, Hope you estimated completion. I'll not discuss couple of points like EAC and VSC is nothing but, as I said, variance, right? So variance at completion, you can say. BSC is, okay, let me note it down. Excuse me. Uh, okay, anyway, this is budget at completion is nothing but your BAC. Planned value, PV, is the planned value. Earned value, right? Actual cost, cost performance index, CPI. I'll share the detail, don't worry. SPI, schedule performance index. Okay. And we have ESC, estimate at complete. Yeah. So estimate or estimation, whatever, at complete. Okay. We have VAC, how much variance, right? So for example, estimate at complete or completion, whatever you can write. But VAC is nothing but your variance at completion. Yeah. So variance at complete. For the timing, I'm just writing complete, but it's completion. You can note it down. Yeah. Okay. Um, but all VAC and EAC and VAC, you can consider both, read together: budget at completion, estimate at completion, and variance at completion. Yeah. Budget at completion, no need to calculate because this is my allocated budget, the funding. Now, what is that EAC? EAC I have given is pretty simple term. Like if you want to remember, EAC is nothing but I've written BAC plus by CPI, right? BAC by CPI, correct. BAC by CPI. Okay, this is, like there are multiple ways to calculate, but this is the simplest way to remember, what is a uh, estimate at completion. Yeah, estimate at completion. Okay. All right. So, what is a BAS? Variance at completion is nothing but, so BAC, how much my budgeted completion is given that 10,000 allocated me from starting of the project. But down the line, I came to know when I closing the project, the estimated or the estimated completion that 12,000, then my variance at complete is nothing but 2,000. EAC, estimate at complete. So this is what you should uh, remember. It is not that much of complex. You can easily remember, I believe, once and two. Yes, Durga Prasad, that is just 75%. You are right. Okay, Apita 36. I'm not sure if it is your name, Apita, but Apita, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Madhavi, estimated completion, good. You, Sandhya, all right, Sandhya. That's fine. Durga Prasad, it's clear. Sandhya, okay, it's clear. Madhavi, EAC calculated during, that is a good point. Uh, EAC is calculated during which point of the project, guys? Well, I appreciate that is the question that you should know, that EAC, it should be calculated by what condition? Excuse me. Sometime what happened, the project is towards, just to make it very summary or the very make it very simple, estimate at complete, unless and until you are on the last phase of the project or you are in the handover phase of the product or the project. All right. Variance is a continuous process. It will be keep from the day one. It would be, will be continuing. But EAC is the cumulative and is calculated towards the project closure, or, when the project is the kind of closed, right? Sometime what happened, estimate at complete can also be the future, but thus future need proper data point from the past. So, and hence you should have a good data point. Your planned value might be something, or the budget at completion, the early planned value or earlier calculation is something else like 10,000. But after doing multiple week or multiple month or multiple, the years, you have so strong data point that even EAC, the estimate at complete, can be, which is nothing but your future expenditure, right? So, the forecasted amount can also be calculated. Just to, Madhavi, EAC is situation number one. It's mostly towards the estimate at complete, towards the closure. You will know that. Sometime what happened in the most of the cases, before the calculation, we also calculated in the middle of the project EAC, estimate at complex, but the future or the forecasted amount, it should be also calculated based on the data point. And for that data point, you should have not only one and two data point, we should have continuously like couple of the project what is it, like the output, like week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then only I can say that estimated completion. Yeah, which is clearly visible after a couple of weeks. Again, that's a good question you asked, that sometime uh, because of in future, because of the different original conditions, sometime what happened, you cannot even calculate yes estimated complete. Yeah, good. I appreciate, that's a good questions. We have Raghavendra. I think I have Prabha, I have answered your questions. Srinivas, uh, if the project runs more than the planned value, no, that is the your project is kind of on matlab it's a minus. I mean, like you are spending more. Your if your schedule variance, if the even like your schedule variance is okay. Suppose if you are spending more, then your cost performance index is less than 1, and your cost variance is even minus, right? So less than the planned values. So then the project is not in a good condition. All right, so I'll come back to that. Any other questions and queries, Madhavi? Yes, somehow, because you need data point, Madhavi. Otherwise, how can we calculate estimate from the starting? You cannot say that estimated completion, because then that is the planned value actually, estimated completion. So estimate, you must have some data point, and or towards the closure. Hmm? And in fact, why? Uh, well, for the program manager, they do the estimated completion because you are given a project. Suppose this is one project. I'm the project manager. Yeah, that is project manager 2, 3, 4, 5. Or suppose this is I'm also the project manager and I'm working on the multiple schedule and timeline. So they do that at the latter point. Good. All right. All right, team. So welcome back once again to the. I'll share you the Excel or the calculation sheet, all the document PDF towards the closure of the product and the project. Okay. By the way, I would like to request. Hope we all agree that. Because we have 5 more days. I'm not sure if the schedule is till 2nd of December, because the 35 hour, if we continue for the 2 hours per day, I would like to request our team host all these, Rajender and Kiran. Uh, Probably you should consider till 2nd. You need to send the invitation. Yeah. Uh, if you have anything, if you can talk offline to me, because we need to have the 35 hour, and people requested that it is better to continue instead of stretching one day for multiple hours, 3 hours or something. We can have spare, extend the days. Yeah. So Rajendra and Kiran, let me know what's your thought on this so that we can plan accordingly. Yeah, so Manala Nageswar Rao, you have raised your hand. Anything I could help you out, please? Yeah, you feel free. All right. So let's talk about as quick queries. Okay, good. Well, yes, Kiran and Rajender, I think they are the hosts. Do they would help Raghavendra? Your question is, can we get the course completion certificate when? Well, I think they should be sharing all those detail, Raghavendra. I believe it's towards the closure. I mean, like once we complete the entire, you should be able to get that input as well. All right. So I would like to request Ashok Bolagani and Rahul Arya. If you could be on mute, please. Arya, Rahul, and Ashok Bolagani. Yeah. If you're not able to unmute yourself, you can just type here in our chat. I have one question for which I would like to ask you is that Okay, no problem. That's fine. No worries, Ashok. And Ashok, I have a questions for you. Yeah,
Yeah,
consider
go
you as
ahead.
a excellent, very good. Yeah, so nice that you are back. Well, if somebody asks you how should you as a project manager, what are the 2 3 parameter we should consider for you to calculate your earned value management system, right? What are the 2 3 things you must do to ensure that the entire EVM system, because the slide is nothing, the Excel sheet is nothing but EVM system, earned value management system. How do you calculate that? What are the 3 parameter um, you should calculate, 3 or 4 or 2 or whatever you know? Yeah. So could you help me like, mhm. Are you on mute, Ashok, Arya, Rahul, Madhabi? Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Yes, Durga Prasad, you can all type. To entire earned value management system, what are the 2 3 or 4 things I require uh, for me to calculate, derive the entire thing? Yeah. What are the input things I need? Yes, Gangadhar, Durga Prasad, Madhavi. Yeah. Srinivas and Bhaskar Dopalapudi. I hope you all both understood. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very nice. Timeline, PV and SC. Yeah. PVC, SC, BSc, Rajasekhar, Himabindu, okay, Upender, Rajesh. How about, but I think that because I need basically to uh, for me, from my point of views, yeah, I need to have only 2 things from input and rest I will calculate from my side. Yeah. One is that budget, or probably I can only one thing I can do, that planned value, right? Because as a project manager, I must know the planned value. Planned value, if I get budgeted completion, is also done. Yeah. So planned value for each and every week. If I get budget, BAC can be derived. Earned value is under my control. I mean, like as a project manager, I will get the data input. Actual cost, same input can be calculated. But if somebody asks you from the calculation point, then we need four: BAC, planned value, earned value, and actual cost. These are the four. But all the earned value I can get during my project execution. Actual cost I can get it from project execution. Only I need that input to me, that what is my planned value. Only one thing is most critical, is the planned value, the forecasted or the projected. And sometimes what happened, the cumulative of the entire planned value for each and every is equivalent to your budget. I mean, like the every month wise, right? So budgeted completion. And to calculate the entire system, only I need four: PV, EV, SC, and budgeted completion. That's all. Yeah. Good. That is how we should have BAC and timelines. Correct, Gangadhar. Yeah. So BAC is nothing but, BAC can also be derived from the, if I know the planned value, like planned value is 1000. The week two planned value is 1000 plus 1000 is 2000. Either case, both are same, right? BAC or PV. Good. Timeline. Gangadhar, you are right. PV and EV, yes, PV and EV is also one of the point, because actual cost, I suggest PV, EV, SC, and BSC is four basic pillar to calculate the earned value management. All right, so welcome back to the slide. This is what I was just talking about. it that my budget at completion, which we have calculated. Now, well, this is what my actual cost, and this is what the diagram has been given to me, that if this is my planned value, well, in my previous slide, this is my budget, forecasted budget to be completed by mid of December, which is 28 K USD. That's my budget planned value. But if I see, if I am today I'm at June 15, and if I in extrapolate, or probably I can project the data point, it looks like that I'm taking or spending a lot of, it is out of track now, right? So 16.5K USD. I supposed to be 1.5, or probably here I can say, you know, so it is more than the timeline, right? So I'm spending more money. Well, that track, probably it goes beyond the line. Well, estimated completions, this is just giving an example that how exactly it goes, right? If you extrapolate the data, then your projected is 28, but this is now you find it out estimated complete. EAC is, this is planned value. BAC, budget at completion. EAC is the actual value after, once you close, or the towards the end of the project. Okay, right? And this is a green signal. This is wow factor. Wow factor means we are on track. We are spending less, and this diagram also saying that cumulative planned value, cumulative actual cost, and cumulative earned value, right? So this is how you can see the diagram. I mean, like, this is the diagram can be generated for a lot of BAC by CPI. This is what, whenever you get the document, cost variance is earned value minus actual cost. I've already given a very simple example, so that I no need to go through all this document once again. Yeah. All right. Yes. All right. So this is what BSc, ESC is. A lot of theory, like, whatever we discussed, that the same example, but in a different one. All right. So this is what I wanted to talk now about, the cost control. Yeah. Well, so remember, like, if you are making the cost control, then two things you should take care. If your time increase, your cost increase. If your scope increase, then your cost increase. And of course, if scope increase, time increase, then cost increase. Don't think that if scope increase, time decrease, then the cost is also decrease. In that case, your quality also decrease. Don't forget that. Suppose you are saying that, okay, I'll deliver a lot of things, in my scope will be delivered more in a lesser time. Suppose I want to deliver the PMBOK, the PMP's knowledge area and process group, not in 35 hours, but in 25 hours. Like, my scope increased, or say, for example, my scope is fixed, my time is decreased. Like, say, for example, instead of 35 hours, we'll complete in 20 hours. So what will happen? Probably scope, time decrease, cost will also decrease, but the quality will also be decreasing, because so all are interrelated. The balance, the factor, the qualities, risk, everything you need to take care. Well, in the controlling the cost require, or during the earned values management, you not only to be have a balance between time, the cost, and then the scope, but also you need to take care of your quality, the iron triangle. Hope you all know that. And also the, not only on the iron triangle, but the risk of the project. Yeah. Okay. Well, so let's not, I think this is what I've already covered. Earned value management is used for your health of your product, project, your construction business, your estimate the variance. Just see where is your wastage, or where is the delay, and basically you can apply those points to prevent, to support, and to bring the product and then the project on track. Okay, these techniques, for me, it is a very simple calculation, whatever we discussed in last 1.5, 2 hours, I mean like 1.5 hours. Uh, because once you get into that, it would be very easy for you. Like you don't need to discuss even it, just a kind of 1 + 1 = 2, right? So 1 + 5 = 6. So the similar one should be happening. Well, this slide, as you need to memorize those point, and basically, if you want to remember planned value, EV is the earned value, actual cost as of today, budget at completion, the actual cost towards the end or the end of the project, estimate at complete, like the my future estimate, planned estimate during or toward the closure of the project. Yeah. uh, etc estimate. Acha, by the way, like I have not said that etc estimate time to complete. I think estimate to complete. Sorry, we discussed this one. I think etc estimate to complete and variance and complete, cost variance discussed, schedule variance discussed, cost performance index, schedule performance index, and to complete the performance index. So these are the terminologies used, but you just remember this slide, whatever we discussed. Budget at completion, and all sort of point: EV, planned value, earned value, actual cost. Then schedule variance, schedule performance index, cost variance, cost performance index, EAC and VAC. Right? These are the two things which you should. These are the things you should remember um, in a better approach way. All right. So okay, good. Any questions on this? I hope once you go through once and twice, it would be easy for you. Any questions, please? You can raise your hand. You can ask me queries. Let's see. We have 3 chart. Yeah. Okay. Budget at completion, like Srinivasulu, budget at completion depend on uh, planned values, right? Okay. So hope you remember that the planned value is nothing but your approved budget. Planned value is nothing but your approved budget for the on a specific days, on a specific work package wise. Now you are right. BAC, budget at the completions, that can be also considered in the similar fashion as you said that the from the plant value. Yes, you are right. I think that can also be calculated, and that is how the designation or the sorry the what to say, the definition is. Yeah. Okay. EAC, estimate is to acha, estimate is to go cost. EAC. Huh. Both are same, estimated complete and estimated completion actually, basically. Yeah. Raghavendra, estimate at completion. Go cost, that is synonyms actually. Well, I think this slide we Srinivasulu, is it clear now? Like you are right, BAC depend on the like the plant values. Yeah. Well, couple of point which we'll discuss now. Let me see what yes, Ashok, that is Raghavendra, it's clear. Srinivasalu, yes, clear. Ashok, ETC means prior predicted value. Estimate to complete. Yes. Prior predicted value for estimation of complete the task, right? It's a kind of see, estimate at complete is basically towards the closure, and estimate to complete, which is nothing but budget at completion minus earned value, which is at any point of time. Budget BAC minus earned value by CPI, right? If you remember that, sorry, matlab, whenever you remember that, ETC equal to EAC is, okay, let me go back to the slide. Uh, okay, EAC is nothing but BAC divide budget at completion. Estimate at completion is nothing but budget, whatever the budget at completion divided by what is that difference, the CPI, cost performance index. But estimate to complete is a little bit difference. At any point of time, it is not BAC divided by CPI. As you said correctly, budget at completion minus actually earned value by CPI. Budget at completion minus earned value divided by CPI. It can be said the predicted value for the estimation to complete the task. That can also be right. I think I should share you the one of the slide. So, or probably I can share the similar. Okay. What else is remaining? Okay. Also, again, no, I mean like ESC. Uh, okay. Now, okay, so let me explain. Like, that's a good question you asked. That ESC is calculated, it is not mandatory that to be calculated. It is actually the projection or the forecast, right? The estimate at completion, ESC. Uh, okay, I mean, um, in simple term, how much? Okay, let me give in this example. This is my planned value, yeah. This is my planned value, that initial planned, my budget at completion is 10,000. Okay. Uh, Also, please just have a note here that this is my planned value. Today, I'm starting the project. I've not yet started. This is my plan for the next 10 year or 10 month or 10 week, whatever you call it. Okay. So this is my budget at completion. Planned budget, future allocated budget. Huh? So whatever, we discussed that. Now, estimate at completion. What should be the estimated completion? It is also the forecast, because estimated completion is, suppose what will happen, I'm now delivering the product and the project, now it is becoming the, suppose the actual cost increased to 4,000, but say for example, or not 4,000, it should be the 4,500. This is another example I'm giving, that my actual cost after 4 weeks is the 4,500. So EAC, estimate at, or estimate at completion, is nothing but your actual cost as of today, how much you spend, plus your ETC, estimate to complete. Again, since you asked, it is again now more complex things for you. Today, I've spent $4,500 or rupees, which is known as my actual cost as of today. And then, considering that, forget about what is my budget allocated in hand, but as a project manager, I'm thinking that I again need around 7,000 USD, which is nothing but ETC, estimate to complete. There is one more term I will write, that as a project manager, based on my calculation, I need the further 7,000 USD. Don't let me not write it here. I'm writing it out, or writing it out here. That 7,000 I need. I'm calculating based on the week 4. So what is my estimate at completion? Now the estimate at completion is nothing but 4,000 plus my estimate to complete. This is nothing but where to write. Let me think. Yeah. Uh, Okay, at this point, let's give a new comment. Sorry, I mean I can give a note. New note. Okay. In this diagram, if you see this, what I'm going to do is age of today, age of today, my actual cost. I hope you can see this tiny Microsoft note. I mean, like this note, actual cost I have given 4,500 USD already spent, or the cost incurred as of today. Now my plan for that is another term which I have not yet discussed, that ETC, estimate to complete. You asked me that estimate to complete. My estimate to complete is suppose as my projected value as per my past 4 data point or 3 data point, that I may require 7,000 USD more, USD uh, more, yeah, USD more. So what is my age of now? What is my come on? So this is estimate to complete age of today. This is what I'm just trying to always write, that age of today, please. My actual cost in my hand, how much money I spend. My future plan, that I'll be spending this much of money. Okay. Now from here I will derive is another point which is known as EAC, estimate at completion. Okay. So without data point, estimate at completion cannot be calculated. ETC is estimate to complete. Further, how many more I need to spend. But estimate at completion is nothing but your actual cost plus, and as of today, how much again further you need to spend. So altogether, which is nothing but my estimate at complete is 7 plus 4 is 11,500. Please remember, this is what I said. Without data point, you cannot calculate EAC, because if you are starting uh, from the starting of the project, you cannot say that my estimated complete. From the starting of the project, you cannot calculate your ETC, estimate to complete. You should have certain data point ready with you, like you have completed a couple of points. Yeah. Okay. Um, Manala, oh, yes. No, I think it is 7 plus 4 is it is not 13. Uh, it is like SC plus ETC, na? EAC is nothing but SC plus ETC. Estimate to complete. Is it clear, everyone, that whatever I have mentioned it here, if it is yes, you can just type yes, it is done. Yeah. Babji, yes. Manala, is it Y13? Okay. Prabha, it's okay. I think these concepts are not that much of complex. I'm sorry to say, but um, uh, because I'm just trying to make it my simplest way so that you all can understand. Okay. Sandhya, yes. Okay, Madhavi, you said very good. Okay, all Manala. Okay, Raghavendra. How it is 7,000 is okay. How to calculate? Basically, this is what I've. Okay, HTC. Okay, let me give then another. I mean, like this is one of the point which I wanted, because if you see in my, I've not yet discussed ETC. Estimate to complete is to be calculated based on the various factors. Like say, for example, whenever you create your project sequencing, and you have a derived data point from the past experience or the past till now, whatever the delivery based on the flat you delivered today, now you can refine your estimate, saying that this is the number of days, this is the number of scope, and this is what it is actually taking. And based on your understanding, you project forecast the ETC, estimate to complete. ETC equal to Durga Prasad, you are right. The same thing, EAC minus AC. If you calculate ETC, but which one is the first? Either EAC is first or ETC is first, right? So ETC equal to EAC minus AC. True. Yeah. Okay. You asked EAC equal to, I mean, like EAC has multiple calculations. Like UAC is, you are right, BSC by CPI. Bra- Brahmarambika, you are right. EAC have multiple calculation. Out of that, budgeted completion by the percentage cost performance index. Yeah, so that is EAC, estimate at complete. Yeah, I mean, sorry, estimated complete. And also like EAC has a lot of calculation, like EAC equal to SC plus new estimate, EAC equal to, if I'm not wrong, SC plus BAC minus EB. So we'll not make it more complex, yeah, unless and until if you know the data point and utilize EAC. Let me note it down here also. I think EAC can also be similar to BAC, but here it's a different calculation. For that, you have to budget at completion from the different route. Like suppose if I want to go to Visakhapatnam, I can go to Andhra Pradesh, Hyderabad, and through Visakhapatnam, I can go to Tirupati and then Visakhapatnam, right? So it's a different one. EAC can be calculated in different approach as well. Okay. Uh, Ashok, how to calculate the ETC, right? Okay. Now, see, what I said, basically, whenever you as a kind of, uh, you as a project manager, and you given a chance that estimate to complete, to be to be calculated for your project. Now, what are the different parameter you should consider to calculate ETC? Don't you think so? To calculate based on the uh, based on the change request, based on the new changes, based on the current progress. So what happened? You need to re-baseline the project every time. You need to re-estimate the project based on what? Whenever in our MPP, whenever we create a project schedule and then the cost baseline, MPP talks about 11, 12 baselines can be created in for one project. Now, ETC is nothing but the very simple one is that if I'm a project manager, I'm managing a project and I want to make it uh, re-baseline the project. So what triggers me to re-baseline the project? Number one, there should be a multiple change request. There should be scope creep. There should be the new technological advancement, and hence the customer is requested to me to add some changes. There should be some government guidelines has been changed, so which is mandatory for us to implement a new item. So based on that, the ETC estimate to complete is purely basis on the changes or the new scope, right? So based on, so for that I need to do the estimate. So that new estimate, based on that I can calculate ETC, estimate to complete. Now what I said, from the starting you cannot calculate ETC estimate. I mean, like, sorry, for the starting you, unless until there's a change and you want to re-estimate, re-estimation is not done from the starting of the project. The baseline, based on the new estimate, you change the old estimate and you define the ETC, estimate to complete. So ETC is again to be calculated BAC minus no, it is, if you are planning for earned value, then you have to divide it by CPI. Gangadhar, if no change request, BAC minus PV, right? If you want to make sure that ETC equal to BAC minus EV divided by the CPI. BAC, I mean, like, suppose if you are calculating for the earned value, then that is the calculation, for what is it, like, ETC. Yeah. ETC is not equal to budget at completion minus earned value. It's budget at completion minus earned value divided by the the, what is it, like, uh, CPI, right? CPI is the another calculation. Yeah. So in that case, BSC minus EB divided by CPI. BSc minus PB, yes, that could be, I mean, like estimated completion is BSc by CPI, and estimate to complete is the only difference between Ashok, the only difference between ATC and PB is that plant value is the first baseline or the initial bus estimation. ATC is that you are re-estimating it, estimate to complete again, because my plant value is 1000. If you see here, this is my cumulative budgeted completion, but my etc will change based on that. This is what I calculated, my etc is again, right? So re-estimate the project that I need more 7000 USD based on the data point, then the entire estimated completion is changing. Earlier it was, earlier EAC estimated complete equal to BAC, but as the project started, we are in middle of the project, your EAC will change more than your budgeted completion. That is now estimated. Budgeted completion is the planned value. Estimated completion, it is the estimated value in middle of the project. Yeah, and it would be more confirmed towards the end of the project, towards the closure of the project. EAC is, it won't change actually. Estimate at complete. Yeah. That is, if something increase, then etc will change. Yes, absolutely, because if price hike has been done, right? uh, you know if levers are not available, lever becoming the cost, then your planned value, whatever you done in your 2 years before, may not hold true, and basically it has to be changed. You are right. Good. So I think we have covered the entire cost techniques today, and uh, I'll share you those calculations. And tomorrow also we'll have to go through little bit. All those TCPI is not required now, but we'll still go through that point. All right. So any other queries and questions, team, for today? I hope you all understood. Good, Ashok. I was searching for that word, scope. Uh, any other queries and questions? I hope you all understood. I'm pretty sure that you had a good understanding on how to do the scope, I mean, like the cost estimate. Anything else I could help you out? Yeah. Yes, Gangadhar, I'm just compiling that, and definitely will get it. I will send it. Acha, only one thing I would like to discuss with Rajendra and Kiran, that is a 35-hour program, and I think team members are not willing to go for 2.5 hour. Yeah. So what they recommended, hope you remembered, that they wanted to have 2 more days extra, 2.5 days more extra, so that we cover the entire course outline. Yeah. So I hope that is okay with everyone. If that's fine, then I'll discuss with Kiran and then we'll finalize those points. Yeah. Good. All right. So I'm good. If no queries and no questions, uh, Kiran, you can connect me through over call or email. Yeah. All right. So I would like to thank you, each one of you, for joining with me for the cost estimation detail. I would like to meet you tomorrow, same time. And till then, stay safe and have a very quick reading about PMPs. Thank you all, future PMPs and project manager. Have a nice day ahead. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.